Hey guys, how we doing today? This is Wally again with LearningNet.com. And if you guys are watching this Namecheap web hosting review, it means that you guys want to learn how to create your very own website, blog, online to start making money. If that's the case, you're in the right place. I'm going to take you guys step by step through the process and show you how simply you can create a website online, okay? There are a few things that we're going to learn today in this video tutorial. We're going to talk about domain names. We're going to talk about web hosting, being that these are the two most important things that you need, both of which you guys can get by using the very first link that's right below in the descriptions portion of this video. If you don't have a domain or web hosting already, you're going to need that before you can proceed, forward. So check out that link that's right below. It's the very first one. It is a discounted link. When you click it, it give you guys a special discount, not only on your domain, but also on your web hosting today. So those are the two things that you'll need to really create, your website online. Some other things that I wanted to talk about, guys, in this Namecheap review is how you can go about like promoting, your website online, and also how to really build, your brand that you guys are creating, online itself. Of course, with any website online, the reality is when people land on your website, no matter what the genre or industry is, when people land on your website, they're not likely to buy on the very first exposure. Sometimes it may take several exposures for people to, really, pull out their credit card and buy, whatever it is that you are selling. And so, marketing, learning marketing, and really understanding how to create a website that not only captures, like the attention of your potential customer itself, but also being able to follow up with those who may not have purchased, with you. So I wanted to give you guys more than most of the typical Namecheap reviews that are out there. A lot of people don't even have, the web hosting itself. There may be affiliates that are just like promoting it, but they don't actually use the services as well. So I just wanted to take it a little bit beyond to help you guys to really appreciate all that Namecheap, has to offer. So if you guys like that, smash the like button right now. Really appreciate your support by subscribing to this channel because I want to make sure that you are successful for 2021, going forward. All right. Great. So to get things off to a really good start, if you don't have your domain name and web hosting already, you need that first. Click the very first link that's right below in the descriptions portion of this video. When you click it, it's going to open up automatically in another tab, and you'll have something that looks like this. Now, with domain names itself, your domain name itself is, again, it's just going to be the name of your website itself. In my case, it's learningnet.com. It's super simple. It doesn't have any dashes. There are no numbers in my domain name itself. It's super simple. You should think about a domain name or the name of your website that'll be super simple for your visitors to remember. The cool thing about Namecheap is this. There's no other place online that sells cheaper domain names than Namecheap. I've tried GoDaddy. I've tried a number of different domain name registrars that are out there, and nobody can beat Namecheap's prices, not only for domain names, but also for the web hosting itself. And for that reason, I highly recommend using them to create websites and blogs online. Okay, so just think about the .com, the .net, the .org of your particular brand, and you want to reserve that by simply just typing in that name, right here. When you click the search bar, it'll let you know if it's available. And from that point, you will be on the next step, which is to get web hosting itself. So what type of web hosting should you actually purchase today with the links below? You guys will notice that Namecheap has different types. There's shared, WordPress, reseller hosting. Reseller hosting is really for those people that want to open their very own web hosting business. You want to sell web hosting to other people for profit. That's what reseller hosting is. If you're a beginner online, you don't need reseller hosting. You don't need VPS or dedicated servers. Those are really geared for people who have high volumes of traffic already. And if you're a beginner online, you don't have that. So you don't need that. It is a little bit more expensive to have VPS or dedicated service, not only with Namecheap, but with any web hosting provider that's online. But overall, the prices that you'll find at Namecheap are the lowest, in the industry itself. So what is it that I recommend that you guys should choose to create, your website? I want you to click on where it says shared hosting. Do that right now. And when you click on shared hosting, guys, you'll see some amazing discounts of up to 46% off, with the third tier that you guys will see right here. So, the prices, as I told you before, they're really, really cheap. They're very inexpensive. They're ideally for people who are beginners, online, who want to save money. And obviously that's the case if you guys are here watching this Namecheap review. So there are 3 plans that you can select from: the Stellar, Stellar Plus, and Business. The real difference between the 3 is that, one, if you just want to create one website today and that's it, the Stellar, the first tier, is ideal for you. It allows you to not only create one website, but you can do up to 3 websites, which is amazing. Most web hosting providers online on the very first tier, if they have 3 different packages, typically only allow you to create one website. So with Namecheap, you're able to create 3 websites, which is amazing. Now, when you bump up to Stellar Plus and Business, you guys will notice that you have the capability of creating unlimited websites online. So this is really great if you are a person that's into maybe like affiliate marketing, network marketing, you have several projects online that you want to accomplish, like in the coming years, what have you. Either of these plans is ideal for doing just that. So the main thing that you want to do right here, guys, is you just want to think about which of the 3 plans you feel would be ideal for you. Across the board, guys, you get free SSLs, which are really great if you are selling products on your website. So if you want to do like an e-commerce store, just simply just selling products, on your website, the awesome thing is that, Namecheap will give you that for free. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you feel that Namecheap is not for you, you guys can get in contact with customer support and you can get your money back 100%. Okay. So Namecheap, as I mentioned before, I highly, highly recommend using them for creating websites online. And if you're a beginner, I just recommend getting, their shared hosting itself. All right. So just think about which of these 3 packages you feel would be best for you. I personally recommend, going with the Stellar Plus, especially if you're going to have additional projects, going forward. As I mentioned before, both plans allow for unlimited web hosting itself, but you may not need like extra resources right now. You may just want to, go with the Stellar Plus plan. So if you want to go with Stellar Plus, all you got to do is just click on the Get Started button, guys. And the very next page itself, what you guys are going to be doing is you're going to be setting up your account with Namecheap. Now, once you finish the process of setting up your account, with Namecheap, getting your domain name, your web hosting, and all of that, Namecheap is going to send you to your email credentials to what's called your cPanel. It's basically going to have your username that they're assigning you, and also a password that allow you to log into your cPanel itself. And if you guys want to see what it looks like, this is what it looks like. You'll notice that on it'll be divvied up into different subsections where you'll be able to access different files, databases. You can add on domains and all kinds of things that you guys will be able to do with this. And so it's really great and ideal for, again, creating multiple websites online and managing them successfully from one control panel itself. So again, once you get your domain name, you figure out what your domain name is in your web hosting, you guys are going to get started and setting up your account. And once you get those credentials to your email, it's pretty immediate. Once you pay for your web hosting, then you'll be able to log into your cPanel itself. Okay. So once you do that, guys, again, you'll see something that looks just like this, where you can set up like email accounts and do all kinds of things, guys, to really help you to, again, manage your websites online. What I think is really cool about Namecheap that you have access to with their cPanel is that you can also monitor like visitors, how many people are coming to your website, how's it that they're making it to your website, different keywords or terms that they're typing in to make it to your site. I mean, all of these things are really ideal, again, to be able to manage, your website. And so they're just a really all around great platform itself. Now, drop to the very bottom. Hopefully you guys have purchased your web hosting and you got your domain name and all of that, and you're logged into cPanel. If you haven't made it here yet and you're having some issues logging into it, drop a comment right below. Just want to make sure that you guys are following along, you haven't missed anything, and we're pretty much on the same page itself. All right. So again, those credentials will go straight to your email. There'll be a link that you'll click on with a username and password that Namecheap is going to provide you. And with that, you'll be here where I'm at. Okay. So the very next thing that you want to do is drop to the very bottom. where you see apps installers, and you'll see different types of CMS platforms that are here. We're going to be working with WordPress. So you want to click on that. Do that right now. Click on that. And the very next screen, guys, it'll bring you to a page that looks like this, right? And you want to click on Install Now. And what you want to do here is you just want to select the domain name itself that you want to create, your website on. So if you have several domain names, you can just go to the drop down over here that's on the right, like I just did right here. And you are going to select the domain that you want to install WordPress on. And this particular process, guys, every time that you guys want to create like a new website online, you're going to follow the same process of logging into your cPanel. You'll get to this page where you have the install, and from here you're going to select the domain name that you want to install WordPress on. And then you're going to proceed to the very next subsection where it says site name. And right here you're going to type in the name of the website itself. So what we're going to do, guys, together, I want you to type in the name of your actual website itself. So in my case, we're going to use Create a WP Blog. So I'm going to type in Create a WP Blog. I'm going to type in that. Oh, that's blog. Let's see, blog. So whatever the name of your particular website is, that's what you're going to type in here. All right. Let me just capitalize that. Great. Now, where it says site description, guys, this is a tagline. This is what people expect to learn about when they land upon your website itself. So what you want to do is type in a brief description, whatever it is that you sell or you're promoting, online. You just want to put a brief description, a tagline, if you will, of what your visitors will expect to learn or receive, on your website itself. So I'll type in something like tips to learn how to create websites online. I'm just going to use that. Now, where it says admin username, guys, you're going to plug in an admin username that you're going to use to be to log into the back end of your website. And again, I'm going to show you guys how this works. So I'm going to erase admin because I don't want to use that. I'm going to type in create a WP blog. That's what I'm going to use. You can use whatever you want. You just want it to be a username that you yourself remembers, and it's simple. But when we get to password, we do want to create a password that's difficult. That way, again, you can log into the back end of your website. Of course, when you are doing this this installation for WordPress itself, Namecheap obviously will, give you a password itself. You guys can see the one that was there. It's pretty long. It's very difficult, but it's not likely that you're going to remember that password that's there. So you can just personalize it and create your very own password, something that'll be easy for you to remember, but hard to guess, for people that are trying to gain entry to your website, such as like hackers, right? So I recommend doing like 9-10 characters. And I think that you should add maybe some numbers or symbols, with that. That way, again, it makes it hard to guess, okay? What you're going to plug in here, guys, is your email. You are going to plug in your email, and this email will be used for a few things. One, whenever you get locked out of your website itself, maybe you forgot the password, maybe you forgot your username, whatever the case, if you want to reset it, WordPress is going to send you an email to this one right here. So whatever email that you plug in here, that's going to be like the main email that WordPress is going to use to communicate with you going forward. Also, with like updates with the software itself, WordPress, if there are like any bugs that are fixed, with it, all of that communication itself will be sent directly to the email that you plug in right here. So just make sure that it's an email that works, it's active, and it's one that you actually check. All right, the very next section, guys, I want you to look at where it says choose language. Now, of course, with this Namecheap review, we're doing it in English. Maybe I'll probably do some future videos, maybe in Spanish or French. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to leave it right now in English. But this will be the language of your website itself. So if you guys speak another language besides, English, and you want to display, like your content, the settings and all of that in that particular language itself, you can do that by selecting from this drop down that's right here. So if you do that, you just click on it and you'll see different languages that are here. There's Catalan, Chinese, Dutch, Danish, Hebrew, amazing. Spanish, of course, Slovak, Ukrainian, Russian, Chinese. So, you have all of these languages, major languages, guys, that you can select from if you speak another language other than English. So, for the purpose of this Namecheap review, we're just going to leave it at English. That way, we're all on the same page and you guys understand what the next pages will look like. Okay, you can skip these two subsections right here. You don't need to bug with them. What I am going to do is I'm going to click on this one right here, this classic editor, where it says select plugins. We're going to talk more about plugins shortly. Plugins, guys, for WordPress just add functionality, to your website. They allow you to do things that you can't do, without them. Think about plugins like apps for phones. All of us have Androids or maybe iPhones or what have you, and we've installed apps on our phones to allow us different capabilities, right? But if you install too many apps on your phone, of course, it could make it run slow or maybe malfunction. And so right here out the gate, even before you install WordPress on your domain name itself, you'll have the option of, ticking off you'll have the option of checking off two plugins that are really, really nice to have. In the classic editor, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you guys a little bit later, what that is. That way you know why it is that I'm checking on it. But I didn't want you to uncheck this because login limits, basically when somebody is trying to break into your website itself, that's why you want to, this is automatically checked. Don't uncheck it. If somebody's trying to log into your website itself and they're not authorized, they're trying to guess your password or something like that, WordPress is going to lock up. And that way it serves as a protection. So you should leave that as is. But again, I'm going to check this second button right here. So do not uncheck that. Leave it as is, okay? But again, we're going to talk a little bit later on about, more plugins that I think you should install to create your website. Okay, great. So skip where it says advanced options. You can leave that alone. The very next subsection itself, guys, are themes. So themes really are the appearance of your website, what your website is going to look like when it goes live itself. The cool thing about Namecheap when you're creating, your website is that you have the option of selecting a theme right here. These are some really nice premium-like themes itself. Or once we install WordPress and we gain access to the dashboard of our website, it allows you to have access to even more, themes that are out there, okay? And so if you just scroll down, guys, just depending on the themes that you guys may be, into, these are some really, really nice, clean themes. There's one about pizza. It's really good. If you guys are hungry, you scroll all the way down, and you can see different themes centered around various, topics or genres. So you guys can see that. Educator is a really nice theme as well. Really like that one. And this is Academy. That's a really good one. You can see the overall themes that you have access to. So just depending on what you guys are wanting to do online, with your website, you can simply just click on one of these, topics, and it'll show you all the themes that are centered, around that itself. Okay, great. So what we're doing right here, guys, I'm just going to select one of these just for the purpose of this Namecheap review and tutorial, just to help you to see how this works. Now, whether you select a theme right here or not, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. All it's allowing you to do is install a theme out the gate, okay? But I'm going to show you guys later how to gain access to different themes itself. That'll be more of, I'm going to show you guys shortly how to install different WordPress themes that may resonate even better, with your actual business that you're trying to create, online, okay? All right, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one right here where it says Triple. and I'm just going to click on it. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you select one of these themes that are here, the cool thing is that they will build out automatically a few pages for you. Like in this case, I'll automatically have created for me already an About Me page, a contact page, and a home page, which is great. What that means is that I don't have to do it myself. So I like that, out of the gate, you can have these pages already built, for you. There are website builders out there that will do the same thing, but I like that, from the out of the gate, once you install WordPress on the website, it allows you to do that from the get-go, right? So I think it's a really, really nice perk for beginners. So if I want to use this theme, I'm going to click on select theme, and you'll come to a page that looks like this. On the very bottom, guys, what you want to do is where it says email installation details 2, you want to plug in your email again. You want to plug in your email again because you want to receive a confirmation that WordPress was in fact installed on your domain name itself. And so that's what WordPress is going to do. Once we plug in our email right here and we click install, it takes a few seconds for WordPress to install, and then that way we'll have a live website. So let's do that together, guys. Great, guys. So once you plug in your email, click install, do that together. And once you do this, guys, it says here that it takes 3 to 4 minutes to do, but it's fairly quick. And as you guys can see, it's just installing, WordPress on the actual domain name itself. Okay. So this process, as I mentioned before, it's very, very quick. And this is exactly what you would do each and every time you want to create or add on like a new domain, going forward. Okay. It really doesn't matter how many, if you got like the plus or the business, plans itself with Namecheap, you'll be able to add on additional domains, going forward, right? And it's super easy to do. If you have questions about it, drop comments right below. I'd be more than happy to help you. Great. So right now we have installed successfully WordPress on our domain name. And so what this means is that we actually have a live website on the internet. If you want to see now what it looks like, click on here where it says your link right there. Click on it. It's going to automatically open up in a new browser. So when it does that, guys, this is amazing, right? So look at this. Create a WP blog, right? So right now we have an amazing website that's been created all for us. Now, I mentioned to you guys before that the cool thing about selecting the theme now versus in a few short moments that I'm going to show you is that it'll automatically build out pages for you. Now, all of these images that you see here, of course, they can be changed to whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. You can upload images. You can remove images. If you have pictures that you've taken, like with your camera or what have you, or pictures that are already on the net that you want to upload, to your website, you can do that. It's totally customizable, guys. But again, I just wanted to show you how this works, okay? So it's pretty cool, this theme that I selected out of the gate. I mean, there's some images that are already here. And, if you want to like replace the text that's right there, of course you can do that. It's a super simple, really great. You even have like a subsection here where you can add like maybe like testimonials or something like that, which is a really, really cool. So I love this theme. It's really clean and it's really ideal. You can see that obviously on this particular site that we've created using WordPress, they've already created a blog for us on the actual website itself. So you have basically a 2-in-1 deal, a website where you can sell products if you want. Again, it already has the SSL installed. Namecheap did that for us automatically. So I didn't have to go out and like buy, like an SSL like externally. Namecheap gave that to us for free, which I think is great. You can see that they have a blog that they've created. So it's just a matter of just adding content to it if you want. But again, this is just a mere example of many that shows us how to, again, create websites, online, guys. Tell me what you think about this thus far. What do you think about this process? Did you get hung up at a certain point of this Namecheap tutorial? Are you following step by step? Did I miss something? Did I go over something? Am I talking too fast? Let me know, guys. Give me your feedback. And that way I'll make sure to make, adjustments, going forward. So this is an About Us page. This is a contact us page that they created for us, which is awesome. You have some frequently asked questions that are already here, but of course, you can change that and customize it, right? A person can submit their information, and that information will go directly to your email, which is awesome. So it's really nice. And there's an embedded map that comes up here for New York, but you can always change that to maybe your local city or state where you reside. So I just wanted to show you guys again how this works. It's really simple. Just involves a few steps: getting your domain name, getting your web hosting, following a few steps to make it to this point, guys. And the very next thing you want to do is we're going to log into the back end of our website itself. So you guys remember that on the previous page, we set up a admin username, and we also set up a password, right? And I told you to use like 9 or 10 characters with numbers and symbols. Well, every time that you guys log into the back end of your website, what you're going to do is type into your browser in an open tab the name of your domain name.com/WP admin. Every time that you log into your website, you want to make updates, you want to publish new content, new pages, new posts or articles on your website, any maintenance that you want to perform on it, that's what you're going to do. You're going to type into another browser, like in my case, it's createawpblog.com/WP-admin. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to click on it. And being that we're already logged into it, guys, for Namecheap, it's just going to automatically redirect us to it, which I think is really cool. But again, I just wanted you guys to understand, how this works. So this is the dashboard. This is really where the work starts. You notice that you have a post tab right here where you can see a list of all of your posts that you have published, on your website. You can add new posts. You can categorize those posts, which I highly recommend it. You can add tags. So these will be like the keywords that people are typing into Google, Yahoo, and Bing to then be able to land, on your website. Of course, again, you guys are watching this video on YouTube on how to create a WordPress website with Namecheap. But if somebody typed that in, like in Google, and they land up on my website, that would be due to a tag, right? So again, with posts, you can do the same thing as with videos, like on YouTube, right? And people will find your content a lot faster. All of this you can do from the back end of your dashboard where we're at right now. If you want to upload images, click on Media, Library. You can add or upload new pictures. You can add pages, to it. So this particular theme built out for us 3 pages already: a contact, a blog, and about me page, which is great. If people leave comments on your blog, you'll see them right here. There are 2 things that I wanted to go over with you guys first. The very first thing is I want you to click on Settings and go down to Permalinks. Permalinks are basically like the tail end of your website itself, the URL itself. Like you notice, like in this case right here, guys, if you notice going back to the actual blog itself that we created, a website, the domain name itself is createawpblog, right, .com, but the permalink would be contact. So whatever tails the actual domain name itself would be called the permalink itself. I like to use keywords for my permalinks itself because, again, people typically type those into YouTube or they type them into Google or Yahoo or Bing. And this is the way that people will find you online. So why do I mention, about permalinks? Well, you'll notice that by default, it's set to date and name. So date and name is okay, but I want you guys to switch it to post name. I want you to switch it to post name because when you post or publish content online, if you post it today, right, and it may be a few months down the road, somebody's, like finding that same content online or it's appearing in Google. If a person sees like a date in the actual permalink itself, they may think that the content that they're clicking on or thinking about clicking on is outdated. And you don't want that. It may deter a person from clicking, and it may be the information that they need, but the mere fact that they saw that it was published, like a year ago, they may think the information is antiquated, right? So if you click on post name, go to the very bottom, save changes, and that'll eliminate that. It's cleaner, it's more SEO friendly, and it's really ideal for, again, helping your website to rank a lot higher in the SERPs. Okay. If you go to Appearance, click on Themes. Now, when we installed WordPress today, guys, it already gave us a theme itself, which is great. But you'll notice that whenever you install WordPress on your website itself, you'll notice that there are already some pre-installed themes that come up here, right? If you want to see what they look like, just click Preview. And if you like a theme itself that's already here, you can simply just click on Activate. And what it's going to do is it's going to change the theme itself that you're using, on your website. Now, let's say that this theme right here that I've selected today, that you guys saw, you don't like it. You don't like the theme that I've selected today or the theme that you're using right now, and you want to change it. You can do that by clicking on Add Themes, right? And so once you do that, you'll be brought to a page that looks like this, where you'll see different types of themes, guys, that you'll have the ability to select from. Now, the cool thing about this is that it's broken down into featured themes. There are popular themes that are out there. There's some that are the latest themes. Astro's a really nice theme to use. It's very clean. Cadence is really nice. It's very clean. There are a lot of themes here, guys, that you can use for your website that you created today using WordPress. Now, how is it that you can go about finding a theme that fits exactly what you promote? There's a search bar that's here on the upper right. And what you want to do here, guys, is you want to use it to search for specific WordPress themes that are centered around whatever it is that you promote. And the way you can do that is just typing in key terms, right? So let's play around with this together. Let's type in, let's say you guys are foodies, right? You have a website or a blog that's about food. Maybe you have a restaurant. This is just a mere example. Type in the word food. And you guys will notice that there are WordPress themes that pop up that are centered around food, right? We all love food. I love Italian food. That's my favorite. Let me know below in the comments area what's your favorite food, but you guys get the picture with that. So you can see different types of themes that are centered around food, all of which are 100% free and fully customizable. You can change it to whatever theme or food category that you guys want. Really doesn't matter. If you type in, say, fitness, let's say you guys are into fitness, maybe working out. This is, again, just an example. You can see WordPress themes that are centered around fitness, which is pretty cool, don't you think? So these are really nice, clean themes that you can use if you guys are opening like a gym or you're like a personal trainer. These are really nice themes that help you guys to, again, to be able to create or customize your website, online. Let's say that some of you that are watching this Namecheap tutorial are photographers. You can type in the word photo or you can type in photography, and you guessed it. You guys will come and see different themes itself that are centered around that. If you're doing like weddings, you can type in the word as well, like wedding, if that's what you're doing. So basically any keyword that describes what it is that you specialize in, only you know. I don't know, but this is just a mere example that I'm giving you guys in this Namecheap video review to help you to see, how this works. Okay, so what do you think about this? Is this really helping you to really, learn how to create your website and really customize it to your liking? Let me know. Really appreciate your feedback right below in the descriptions portion of this video. So basically, once you guys find a theme that you like, again, you can click preview. And when you preview it, if you like what you see and you think it really resonates with what you're doing online, click install and activate. And from that point, you guys will have that actual theme, on your website as well. If you drop down to where it says plugins, as I mentioned before in the beginning of this Namecheap review, just add functionality to your website. They allow you to do things that you can't do without it. By default, there's some that come pre-installed. Today, we installed the classic editor theme, which allows you to easily create, posts and pages, online. Escomed is by default installed. It really blocks like spam and like malware, which is something that you really need. You need some form of protection on your website 24/7. Estimate is great. Over 5 million people have installed it online, but it does cost to have it. It's about $5 more or less for each website that you want the protection on. It's not expensive, just $5, but there are WordPress plugins that allow you to do it for free. So you'll see that there's this Hello Dolly. I want you guys to delete it. There's some others that are already here. You can leave these because this actually came with the Namecheap theme that I selected. So I'm going to leave those. I'm not going to bug with them. If you want to add plugins itself, just click on Add New. And there are a few that I think you should install, guys, just to really get your website off to a really good start. When we talk about like anti-spam plugins itself, if you just type in that very word, like anti-spam or just spam, you have different plugins that are here that block spam itself. Titan is a really nice one, which is great. Anti-spam B, I want you to install that. It's a really great one. It has over 600,000 active installations. So that's the one that I use on a lot of sites that I have online. I want you guys to look for an SEO plugin. It's called Yoast. So Yoast is really good for helping you with your SEO metrics online, helping you to see how often you are using a specific keyword on your website itself, your posts and your pages, if you're using it too much or it's not enough, if your content is too short or it's not long enough. It really helps you with the ins and outs of your H1s, your H2s, your 3s, and so on. It really help you to rank higher, in the SERPs as well. And again, you can see that it's been installed over 5 million times. So you have so far a good anti-spam plugin. We've just installed the Yoast SEO plugin, which is great. If you look for a really good plugin under Cache itself, and we're not talking about money, guys, we're talking about speed and page loads, a good ranking factor to help you to rank higher, in the SERPs is to have, a good plugin that helps with caching, with page loads itself. So people, when they come to your website, guys, you want to understand that websites need to load very fast, 3 seconds or less. If you're on closer to the 2 second or less is even better, promotes a better experience, for your visitors itself. Of course, web hosting contributes a big deal with that. Namecheap is super reliable, but in conjunction to the web hosting, you can add a cache plugin, which also helps with page loads as well. So, there's several that are here, guys. I'm not going to go over all of them, but one that I really like is this one right here, Lightspeed Cache. And for any plugin, guys, that you install, you can just activate them all. And that way they're working, once you're actually publishing your content, on your website itself. So today, guys, in this review for Namecheap, again, I wanted to show you how to create a very simple website using WordPress. We did that today, right? We were able to create a website, and included with this website, we have a blog that's already here, which is great. I showed you guys how to install plugins, how to change, themes, WordPress themes. There are over 11,000 of WordPress themes that are online. And so you have so many selections that you can pick from, just, going by like keywords itself. And so that's the real gist of creating a website. It's super simple. From this point, guys, just a matter of adding content, creating pages, and, really just starting. Because some people, they have the idea of creating a website, but they don't start. And you guys did well today by, one, push and play on this YouTube video to watch this WordPress tutorial for Namecheap, and also taking action by creating your website today. So, when you're creating websites, you have your content up and all of that. You want to promote it, online. There's several ways that you can promote a website online. You can use YouTube, just like we're doing right now. When you guys are watching this Namecheap review, you can create videos, online that are super simple, that tell people about the products that you guys are offering, online. You can also use a really good source like Fiverr, and I'll drop a link right below. It's a really good platform to partner with different entrepreneurs and individuals that work from home who want to do freelancing. So if you want somebody to create, content for you, to write posts for you, to create thumbnails for your actual YouTube videos, just about any and everything that you guys can imagine. You can find someone who does it on Fiverr for cheap. And again, I'll leave the link that's right below. Something else I wanted to tell you guys about in this Namecheap review is follow up. When you are trying to market your website online, sometimes people may arrive to your website, they may purchase from your website, they may not. But a really good way to follow up with people is to implement some form of email marketing. And so, what I recommend for that, guys, is GetResponse. I'll drop a link right below that offer you guys a really nice discount. If you use that link below, they have a 30-day money back guarantee. They also allow you to try it for free. So I really, really love the services that GetResponse offers for email marketing, and it really helps you to, just to follow up, with your customers over time, and really to build your brand, with the products and services that you guys are selling, online. So just wanted to tell you about those two things. Again, Fiverr, GetResponse, and YouTube, guys. Of course, there are many ways to go about promoting, your content online. But the main idea is just don't wait. Some people, again, they just wait. I'm gonna do it next year. I'm gonna do it next year. Next year comes, they don't do anything. Don't wait. You guys have done an amazing job today. Again, by just clicking play on this video tutorial and taking action to create a very simple website or blog today using Namecheap. And I'm really proud and excited that you guys took that leap to change something about your current situation. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I just wanted to go through the basics today. I didn't want to overwhelm you with all the technicalities of creating websites, but it's super simple, as you guys can see today. And this is a beautiful website that a person could use, again, to promote products and services online. So again, I just wanted to show you guys how to do this. If you have any questions at all, be sure to drop them right below. And I hope that you guys are staying safe during COVID. These are very difficult times that we're living in. And I hope you guys are safe, your families. Just drop your comments right below. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way, future videos that I upload, you guys will be sure to receive them. Tell me, guys, what you think below in the comments up below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care and have an amazing day.